Good morning. It is a good morning this morning. Yesterday was not a good day. Well, it was a good day. I can't say the day wasn't good, but I slept on and off all day long. I just couldn't stay awake. I just didn't feel good. But now it's what time? 4, almost 5 o'clock a.m. and I slept all night and I'm now awake. So I'm going to do a little bit of this while I'm feeling good. I started working on this placemat, and I just started doing something different. These are scarves. 1, 2, 3, 4 scarves. See this? This is a scarf. One of the scarves. That's this one. Where I just took the scarf along like this, and then this one is this pink one. And I just that one across there, and each one, that's 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 scarves that I put across, and then you can see where I stitched them all down. It's like I almost quilted the scarves on there, and I was just kind of gonna make a journal wrap out of this, and then I just started thinking I wanted to add things. And so it just went in my mind is to add things. And so, like here, I have a piece of sari silk ribbon, and then this here I had on top of it. And then I just stitched that down. That's all stitched by the machine. And then just some, oh, and then this was a piece of, well, it was a piece of sari silk, raggedy. I've got a lot of raggedy sari silks, and that was this piece. I just stitched that down and around, and then there's a burlap piece there. That one I stitched on by hand, and just different things. That's sari silk on there. This is burlap right here, and I'm just adding them as my heart tells me what to do. And so then I have some more. Like now here, I'm just going to show you how I make a flower. This is just a raggedy piece of sari silk here. So I'm just going to fold it in half. Fold it in half, and then I'm going to take that. See, this is 2 little sari silk flowers I put there. I thought maybe this will be like a flower pot, and then these will be flowers. And so I just have that piece. It's about 6 inches long, and I folded that thing in half. And then I'm gonna stitch that up here to be a flower. And so get my needle through there. I need one of them curved needles. Okay. So just right in the center, then I'm just going to get that first stitch in there. The first stitch is the tricky one. A little less tricky if you have young hands. There, see how I got that? Now I got that tacked in there, and I'm going to put just a couple more stitches and hold that in there like that. Now see, none of these others give me this trouble getting the needle through. I'm trying, when I put the needle through, to just get it through the scarf part and not through the actual placemat. There, see, now I got that on tight, so now I'm going to turn that bottom part up like this way, and then I will I got that up, And then I'll just put a few stitches at what now is the bottom of the flower. And these, you can do this out of any scrap fabrics to make little flowers, but this silky stuff, and there's a lot of fabrics that I have, just scrap fabrics that are like a silky fabric. Or if you have like, I have like some lacy fabrics that are like off of a old curtain and stuff. That's pretty too. That makes pretty flowers. And there we go. See, so now there is that flower. And then that fold right there, I'm going to just snip that fold. And then once you get that flower in there, then you can trim it if you would like to trim it, which I might trim that just a little bit here at the top. Just a little bit. And I think that's a pretty flower. And I'll probably go with another pink one right up here too. Another one of this color right up here. And then maybe another of this color. I'm not going to do them right this minute though, because then I'm going to take a green. See here, I got a piece of green. This one is kind of, well, that's kind of a bluish green. This one is pretty. I'm going to take this. See, again, this is just this raggedy sari silk. Some of you might have seen, it's been already a while back, that I bought a rug, just a throw rug at the Walmart. And it's just one of them rag rugs, I call it. And I took it all apart. This one was made in India, and all of the fabrics in there are scraps from sari. Sari silk scraps is what made that rug. And I took that apart, and I have so much beautiful scraps to work with. Now what I want to do with this piece, because I want to make a stem, so I'm going to, well, I'm going to switch out my needle. Let's see. I'm going to get some green thread. You can use any kind of thread. This is like a, what is this? Number 8. I guess it's a number 8. Okay, so it's number 8, whatever number 8 means. And like I've told you many times before, I'm not a teacher, I'm just a doer. So I just do things. Let me get this needle under this light where I can see to thread it. There you go. Okay, so what I want to do here now is I want to make a stem for the flowers. So I'm just going to, basically going to couch that. And couching is where you just wrap, you get what you want to couch, which is going to be this fabric. On this now I'm going to twist it. I'm just going to twist the fabric. Get it started here. Okay, so I'm just going to stitch. I'm just going to stitch and just to hold it down. You're just holding it down. You're just stitching around to hold hold it down. I'm trying to only go through my stitches through the scarfy part because I can get it through there. If I get my needle too deep, it goes through the whole place bat, and then it's a little hard for me to pull it through. Everything's getting hard for me lately. I keep thinking about what life was like when I was 20. Everything worked a little easier at the time. But I got, ouch! I've had 53 years plus the 20 now, so I put myself again. And so last night was amazing. The weather was just amazing. I was sitting right here and I got my sliding door open, and I heard this noise and I couldn't figure out what is that noise. So I got up to go look in the back porch to see what was going on. I thought maybe some raccoons got on the porch or something. And darned if it wasn't the wind. That wind was like, I could not believe. The trees were blowing in all different directions. I had to go wake up Papa. I said, Papa, you need to come out here and look at this weather. He goes, look at the weather? You got to see this. And so he did. He got up, and it was hard. The wind was blowing so hard. And so then he looked up quick on the phone to see what the weather it said was going on, and we seen that there was a storm passing across the state of Florida. And we're in Hernando County, and that was kind of right where the worst part of it was. Didn't last long, but oh my word! Now see how that stem is there? Now I'm just going to cut that top. Let me see if these scissors works better. There, I left that top on there, but still bunchy, shaggy. It goes, and I just put it from the flower pot up to the flower, and then this piece. Let's see, I have more here for stems. I can do in there later, and but then I want to put a leaf or two. Some of you might remember last year I was telling you all about here I want to cut this, but what I want to do is when I cut it, I just kind of want to kind of wad it right there where I want it cut, and then cut it. So then when I cut it, it's not cut like all straight, it's cut like all shaggedy. And shaggedy is what we're going for here. And then I'm going to make a leaf. But if you remember last year, I was telling you about birds that were coming in our house. We are country. I mean, we are country redneck hillbillies is what we are. But and then we leave our doors open. A lot of time we live out. We're not in the city slicker or nothing, and you can't see our house even hardly from the road. But we leave our doors open most of the time, and even when the doors are closed, then there's a little doggy door. Well, we have a nest that the birds built a couple years ago in one place in our house. Some people might think it's a little gross, I don't know, but I think it's amazing. But these birds keep coming back every year and laying their eggs in that nest. I don't know what kind of birds are. They're just little, like finches. And let's see, I'm going to wrap this, and I'm going to put this in here as a leaf. And so they've been coming in and out and in and out. I mean, if the door is closed, they come in the doggy door. They will fly in the doggy door because they just know to come in. They know they're welcome in here. And so they come in, but yesterday was the day all the babies left the nest. And at one time, we had 5 birds flying around the house because it took them a few minutes to find their way back out the door. Now they're all gone. They all went out the door. And so now we don't have the birds flying in and out because they're finished with their nest for the spring. And we enjoy that so much, to watch those birds come in and out, because they come in and out, and especially when they're feeding the babies after the eggs hatch, and they're feeding the babies, just to watch them coming in and out. And like I say, we don't have anything. Our house isn't anything fancy. Now, we got a nice house. I mean, it's built nice and strong, and so it's a nice house. But we let the birds come in. We let them come in. If they want to come in here, heck yeah, we're not selfish. We let them come right on in. And they're our pets. They're our pets. We talk to them. And yesterday, when the babies were just learning to fly, I had one of them landed on my knee when I was sitting over in my chair. I just thought that, and he just sat there for a little while. I used to raise birds. I used to raise cockatiels and lovebirds and such. My whole back porch was fixed up with bird cages. Then after a while I had to stop doing that because of my COPD. The birds weren't so bad, but it was cleaning the cages. It was real hard to clean when you have breathing issues. So we sold them all lock, stock, and barrel. We just sold them to a real nice gentleman. Okay, so see there, I have a leaf on there. And see, now I'll put another leaf on the other side. So, on the other side of the stem, now that we don't have any dogs anymore, it just seems like very strange that we don't have dogs anymore, because we've had dogs all of our married life. We've had dogs. But now that we're up in our years, we think that we're not going to start with another dog. Dogs take a lot of work to keep a dog. And we're just almost out of that now. We're almost out of energy. Okay, so I'm going to now take another piece of this green. I'm just going to cut a piece of that off. And see, it's not any fancy shape or anything. So I'm going to just take it, I'm going to fold it in half. And then when it's half of that folded, that's where I'll put my first little stitch. Right in the center. And I'm just couching it on there. Just to hold it still. Just to hold it still, just couching it on. My fingers don't work like they did when I was 20 either. Nothing works like it did when I was 20. Sometimes I let that just absolutely aggravate me, that I can't Can't do what I could do. Can't run fast anymore. I could never go rob a bank because I can't run fast. Okay, see, so now I did that in the middle. I tacked it in the middle. Then I fold that over where it was tacked. So now it's tacked down here. And then I'm going to go up here and tack that fold. And it's just couching. It's just couching things on. And I don't have even a plan of what I'm going to do with this whole thing. But I think I just want to keep stitching things on. And I think I want to use a lot of this sari silk scraps to do what I would like to do. And there is just no telling what it will end up as. And then I wrap it so many times here, I don't even concern myself with tying a knot. I just cut the string. So there I have, leave that leaf just like that. This one I'm going to trim just a little bit right here. And so then that is the flower, the leaves, and the stem. And it goes down to this heart-shaped burlap flower pot. And see, I do want to get another pink flower. Let's see what I do with my other. I had a needle here with pink. Yeah, there it is. A needle with pink thread on it, which it wouldn't matter if I have a different color. And so now I need, oh, about that much. And I'll just cut that off. And let's see, fold that in half. Give it a little twist there. Well, I gotta untwist it because I gotta tie a knot in the end of my thread. Okay. Okay, now fold it in half and then give it a little twist. And then I want to go up between these two white flowers. And I'll put that pink one in there. Let me get my thread through there first. And then let me get that pink flower stitched in there. There we go. Put a couple stitches right around that center. And then flip this half up. And then that's the bud of the flower. See, right there where I just stitched that up. And so then I'll take a few stitches to hold that flower up. And I have no real plan for this. And when you're doing any kind of textile art, there is a place. Let me see if I can tell you where it is real quick. There is a a Facebook page that I like to go on there and look there. Now see, I got that right there. Let me see if I can find that real quick here. Um, hmm. And to exit full screen. Let me see if I